I think I just found one of the most premium wireless magnetic keyboards. Let's go ahead and check it out. Now that seems to be everything inside the box. Very nice, simple packaging. All of the accessories that you will be needing will come with the box. I mean, it doesn't have a switch keycap puller, but not really necessary. But yeah, just take that in mind. Anyways, first impressions on the keyboard, I think it does look pretty nice. I do have the cream white color. You can also get it in black or magenta, but yeah, very high quality. It does have an aluminum case, except for the bottom over here, it's plastic, but it still feels very high quality. It does have that weight. Now for the keycaps, these should be PBT double shot injection, very high quality as you can see as well. Then for the switches, these should be the Sky magnetic switches from DAREU. We've tested these switches before under A75HE non-tri mode, non-pro version. But yeah, it is closed bottom. It does feel pretty smooth and the sound is alright. Here's a little sound test. It's definitely on the higher pitch side of things, the sound of these switches. But yeah, even though these switches have quite the unique structure, or at least looking at the bottom, it doesn't have that two stems like on the Gateron switches or TTC. It is actually still compatible, this keyboard, with TTC or Gateron like magnetic switches. Anyways, here's a little sound test with the switches and the keycaps on. Now I think that sounds pretty good. I have no problems with that. It's not talky, it's higher pitched, again like how I described the switch sounds. But yeah, I can see the efforts made in making this keyboard sound better. But yeah, the stabilizers also didn't sound rattly. Not sure if you can see through the camera, but there is some lube there, and we can also see some more efforts here, some silicone, in making the keyboard sound good. Very nice. And I also like the light color on the FR4 plate because it's gonna make the RGB seem brighter, because you know it's gonna bounce it up. I don't have any problems with the sound, the quality of the keyboard. And if I forgot to mention, it does have, other than the aluminum case, it does have these carbon fiber plus forged carbon processed side plates. Anyways, moving on to the performance and features of this magnetic keyboard. Of course, magnetic keyboard, it does have adjustable actuation points. It apparently has a 0.005mm precision adjustment step. It will also have 8000 Hz polling rate and 32k Hz scanning rate. Now I'm confident that that will be the performance in wired, but in wireless I'm not 100% sure. It might be lower, but we're gonna be double checking that in Keyboard Inspector later, and we're gonna do some latency tests. But yeah, other than that, I kinda already mentioned it earlier, but this will have tri-mode connectivity, and yeah, we do have the 2.4 GHz dongle over here. But yeah, it is also compatible with wired, of course, and Bluetooth, but I think Bluetooth is only gonna be 125 Hz. I mean, Bluetooth doesn't really have good performance, or at least from my experience and what I saw from other Bluetooth products. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and check out its RGB as well and other features in its web-based software. So here is the RGB. It is pretty nice and vibrant, and we also have the indicators over here, caps lock, the battery life if we're on wireless, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, I have DAREU's official website over here. To access the software, just go to support, and then as you can see over here, the online all-in-one web-based software. Now, if you don't want the web-based version, you can also download the app, but not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of the app. But yeah, if you want something that you can download, then here you go. But we're gonna go ahead and use the software, just connect the device, and here we are. We'll be greeted with the different profiles we can switch. switch. Then if you click that, will be moved to key travel. We can also change the profile over here. Have presets already, yeah. But yeah, I kind of messed with the software a little bit already. I'm not gonna go to too much details in this video because I already made a separate video about that. But yeah, I do have my WASD on very low settings. Now, if you're having trouble clicking OK over here because it gets blocked whenever you set a kind of low actuation point, I'm not sure. They definitely have to fix this. But yeah, you can just go ahead and type 0.1 and then that's not gonna pop up. Now, these guys on the rapid trigger tab, you can set them to as low as 0.005 millimeters on the latest firmware, but I don't think it's available right now the moment I'm filming this video, so I can only go to 0.1 millimeters. But yeah, if you don't like rapid trigger, we also have single trigger, which doesn't have rapid trigger. We also have some configurations that is not really translated. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the key travel tab. Moving on to key functions. This is where we can remap the keys on standard and FN mode. Keyboard function, mouse function, switch lighting, multimedia key, disable. Like, it is pretty customizable. We cannot customize the knob though, so yeah, only the keys. Yeah, that's really everything on the key function tab. I don't really see DKS, mod tab, toggle key, SOCD, all those stuffs. Because yeah, next over here we have LED settings. I have mine on wave, max brightness, pretty customizable, as well as the colors and the sleep time, the direction even. But yeah, settings, we can change the language here, factory reset, download the firmware. Yeah, definitely pretty simple web-based software and easy to access, but it is missing some features. Anyways, I tested this keyboard out in Keyboard Inspector as well for those interested on the results. But yeah, I got around pretty much 8000 Hz polling rate. Pretty accurate on wired. Now for wireless though, I got 1000 Hz polling rate. This pattern over here, it's pretty similar to 1000 Hz polling rate keyboards. Now with my latency testing tool, I also tested it out. I'm not gonna go to too much details in this video because I already made a separate video for that. But yeah, what it pretty much does is it measures the time when the keycap comes into contact and when the computer actually receives the signal from the keyboard. But yeah, in wired mode, I got around 3.4 milliseconds, which is pretty decent for a magnetic keyboard. Definitely faster than traditional mechanical keyboards. You'll definitely feel the difference. But yeah, comparing it to other keyboards that has similar specs, it is just a few milliseconds higher. I doubt you'll notice a difference, but yeah, for those that cares about those very small milliseconds, even though it's very hard or you won't even notice it, here it is. But yeah, I also tested it out on wireless and I got around 7.6 milliseconds. So wired is definitely faster. I mean, 8000 Hz polling rate versus 1000 Hz polling rate. If you want the best performance, then yeah, you will be better using it wired. Now I think wirelessly though, you can still use it competitively. It's still gonna be faster than your traditional mechanical keyboard, but yeah, again, wired is definitely gonna be faster though. Anyways, let's go and play with this keyboard more.
Cypher is better than Oh, but Mix is better.
Spike down A.
This device, bro. All he can say is shoe, bro.
Two side.
Why are you using mic, bro? You sound like you undergo all that.
Yep. I'm old, okay? I'm old, okay?
You should run.
One is already in B. What the?
Last player standing.
What the hell?
You had your fun. My turn.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm back.
I
Nice.
flashed twice. One
Right.
more. Was that the guy alright or was there one more?
Time to charge.
That's one in.
One enemy remaining.
Go ahead.
Still get it.
Nice.
Go.
Right side. Raise, right side.
Portal closed.
Spawn.
Out ready.
Nice.
Die.
Let's go.
Whoa!
No way.
Well, let me get that.
real. Oh, just flash? Okay, I flash that.
I can know, wait, I can know.
Back up.
Enemy spotted A.
Hold
I did a smoke,
wait.
did a smoke.
One enemy remaining.
Okay. Wait, he's gonna get the 10. So after playing and testing with the DAREU A75 Pro, here's my experience so far. Now as you saw from my gameplay in Immortal/Radiant ranked lobbies, I was still able to perform my best, even though the latency test is like not really that crazy if you're gonna be comparing it to the other magnetic keyboards at least that we've tested. But not gonna lie, I didn't really notice, or it's either very hard to notice the difference between those. So yeah, I think I was still able to perform very well with this keyboard, and it is definitely still better better than a traditional mechanical keyboard. Now, when it comes to the wirelessness though, yes, it is also better than a traditional mechanical keyboard, but the performance isn't really impressive, not gonna lie, on the wirelessness. So I do really recommend you to use it wired and not wireless when you wanna compete gaming, when you're gaming. I used it mostly wired because that's the fastest mode, as you saw from the latency test, and that is also the only mode where you can use it for 8000 Hz polling rate. But yeah, my movements felt amazing with it, as you saw from the gameplay. Again, the rapid trigger was pretty responsive. As soon as I press the key, it does activate, and then the release as well. As soon as I lift up the key, it does deactivate. All of its feature pretty much worked, but I think it is missing a lot of features as well, like DKS mod tap toggle key, SOCD. They definitely need to add that in its web-based software. I can see it being a deal breaker not having those features, DKS mod tap toggle key, SOCD for some over there. So yeah, I really hope they add that soon, and maybe with a firmware update they can also improve a little bit the performance. But again, I think it is still pretty decent for a magnetic keyboard. But yeah, other than gaming, for daily use, productivity, I think a lot of people will also use it for that. That's why you want the wirelessness. While I didn't really experience any accidental double clickings on the spacebar on the keys, which is very nice, I had an amazing experience typing with this keyboard. I mean, you heard the sound earlier. It can totally be personal preference, but yeah, personally I do like the sound of it. I do wish they stick to the full aluminum bottom case as well though, along with the sides. I think that really made the keyboard sound more premium, but yeah, it still sounded pretty good and decent. It also had all the necessary keys I need. I really appreciate the arrow keys, the delete key, especially when I'm editing, you know, productivity, browsing the internet and stuff. It also even has a knob that I wish you can customize more in the future maybe, but yeah, for now it does control the volume. But I've had an amazing, decent experience with it so far when gaming and productivity daily use. But okay, now let's go ahead and talk about the price. Is it worth it? It will be available in Kickstarter, and it will be 40% off for the early bird price. So if you're really interested in this keyboard, then yeah, it would be better for you to get it early. So it's gonna be around $179, and I'm pretty sure that is already with the 40% off voucher discount. So that will make this $300 without any discount. Okay, so totally honest, if you have no discount to get this keyboard with and you're gonna be forced to get it for $300, not gonna lie, I don't think it's worth it. $300 is too much for this keyboard. But if you're gonna get it with the 40% off discount, around $179, and you know you really want that wireless feature, then yeah, I think it is worth it. I mean, I do see DAREU with crazy discounts, like that can go up to 40% even after the early bird. So yeah, I would really suggest that you wait for an event like that. But yeah, personally, I think if the price goes above $200, it's gonna be like kinda hard to say that it is worth it, unless you really want this and it does have all of the features you need. It just checks all of the boxes. So yeah, that's pretty much the only time I think you should spend more than $200. But okay, now let's go ahead and talk about who I would recommend this keyboard to, assuming that the price is below $200, because you have some discounts and stuff. Well, if you're looking for a high quality premium wireless magnetic keyboard that has that tri-mode connectivity, then yes, I would recommend it. If you're a competitive gamer player, then yes, I would also recommend it. I think the milliseconds that we tested on the latency test, I think it is fast enough as well. I can definitely see a lot of people not noticing the difference between these and some of the other magnetic keyboards in the test results. Even though yes, looking at the latency test, those are faster, but yeah, it is hard to notice, very hard or not at all noticeable. I'd also recommend this keyboard for those that wants to use the wireless connectivity for productivity, and then maybe the wired one for the competitiveness, because yeah, again, you do have better performance wired, but wirelessly I can still see it being a pretty competitive performance, especially against normal mechanical keyboards. So yeah, I would recommend it for those people. I think it is an amazing premium wireless magnetic keyboard. But I also know that there are some people out there that really care about those milliseconds, even though again it's gonna be very hard to notice or totally unnoticeable. Then yeah, the latency test results we got with this keyboard might not be that attractive for you, especially compared to the 1 millisecond ones or less than 1 millisecond keyboards in the latency tests. So yeah, not gonna lie, those keyboards might be more attractive to you and you might prefer that. But I don't think that's really gonna be a problem for a lot of you guys, since again the latency test results we got isn't really that bad that it's gonna be noticeable. But I think the problem that a lot of people will have is not having, again, the DKS mods up toggle key SOCD if you really use those for gaming. So yeah, if you really want those features, at least at the moment of filming this video, this keyboard doesn't have it. I didn't see it in the current software version at least. But yeah, again, they can definitely update the software, the firmware, and add those in the future. Who knows, maybe while you're watching this, there's already those features in here. I'll also be updating you guys in the comments if ever they add it or they update me that they've added it. But yeah, for now, the moment of filming this video, no features like that. So yeah, I can see that being not a good trade of this keyboard for those that really use that. Anyways, if you're interested in this keyboard, I'll be putting it first link in the description, and you can use my discount code MIGSS once it is available on the DAREU official website store, because on Kickstarter, I'm afraid my discount code MIGSS won't work there. But yeah, you can still support me by using my links in the description if they ever actually give me a affiliate link for the Kickstarter. But yeah, I'll also be putting their DAREU official store link in the description, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be available there after this Kickstarter event campaign. But yeah, I would really appreciate it if you can use my affiliate links and discount codes in the description. It would really support me and the channel a lot. And a little disclaimer, this keyboard is sent to me by DAREU, but that won't change my review. Everything that you've been hearing me say about this keyboard are all my honest opinions and review. But yeah, I pray and hope that this video helped you in some way. I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to stay grateful, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye bye.